My boss fired me in front of the whole hospital. But what I did next shocked the entire board. I had given 15 years of my life to Global Med Hospital, the biggest medical center in the city. I built Vital Guard, our core admin system that tracks staff schedules, budgets, compliance, and audits. It kept us legal and efficient. I designed every part of it myself. Then Dr. Victor Lang, the new VP, who had been there only 9 months, called a full board meeting. He stood up and said, "Elias, we need fresh leadership for faster growth." Right there, in front of everyone, he fired me. I didn't argue. I logged out of my computer, gathered my things, and walked out. That night, I pulled out my old contract from my 10th year. It clearly stated, if fired without cause, I would own the rights to Vital Guard. I called my lawyer the next morning and started the claim process. I knew things were about to get interesting. The next morning, Vital Guard locked everyone out. Screens showed red warnings. Ownership rights revoked. Access denied. Reports froze. Budgets couldn't update. Audits stopped. Patient care kept running smoothly. No one missed a treatment, but the admin side collapsed. My phone started ringing nonstop. HR begged me to come back. Legal sent threats. Lang was furious in meetings, yelling, "Who built this system? Fix it." But no one could. Only I knew the full code. Ms. Sophia Vance, a powerful board member, was the loudest voice against me. "He's sabotaging us," she said. Years earlier, she had tried to turn our working relationship into something personal. I always kept it professional and declined politely. Now she was using her influence to make sure I stayed gone. Paper piled up on admin desks. A major funding deal stalled because reports were missing. Whispers spread. Global Med is in trouble. The board chair, Mr. Harold Kent, called me. "We need to meet." I agreed. When I walked into the boardroom, Sophia sat there with a cold stare. I laid my legal papers on the table. "Vital Guard belongs to me now." Lang turned red. "This is sabotage." But the board listened. I stated my terms, recognized my ownership, licensed the system back to the hospital, removed the people who targeted me. Lang argued, "He's outdated." I showed them proof of his shortcut, an untested update that skipped safety checks. The board voted. They fired Lang on the spot. I agreed to license Vital Guard back, but demanded new senior role over all admin systems. I returned as chief admin officer. Staff clapped when I walked in. I unlocked Vital Guard and added new safety layers. The hospital's business side recovered quickly, avoiding major penalties. Sophia glared in every meeting. "You think this is over?" she whispered once. Her old attempts to get closer had been ignored, and now she saw it as a personal insult. She started leaking stories to the press. "Elias is stealing hospital data." Articles appeared. I traced them back to her computer. I presented the proof to the board. "This is her work." They suspended her closest allies. Sophia lost her main supporters. The hospital moved forward stronger. I started reviewing old files. I discovered Vital Guard was built on ideas from my late uncle, a former hospital engineer. He had died suddenly years ago. I kept digging. I found records showing Sophia had taken credit for some of his work to climb the board. She had pushed him out quietly. I gathered more evidence. Some board members who once supported Sophia now turned. "We were misled," they said. I presented the full picture to the board. Sophia's role in the old cover-up became clear. The board voted to remove her from her position. She left the building in silence. I released the documents publicly. Headlines read, "Board corruption at Global Med exposed." Protests formed outside the hospital gates. The remaining board offered me a big settlement to stay quiet. I refused. The truth matters. Harold Kent called me privately. "Your uncle was my brother," he said. I was stunned. Family ties had been hidden for years. Kent asked for help to clean up. I agreed, but only if the board made real changes. The hospital started new rules. Sophia was investigated by authorities. Kent shared old letters from my uncle. I learned how Sophia had used his ideas without giving credit. The board rebuilt itself. I led the new admin team. The hospital ran smoother than ever. Sophia sent a message from outside. This isn't the end. I ignored it. I focused on training staff and improving systems. My uncle's name went up on a new award plaque. One night, Vital Guard showed strange activity. Someone tried to hack in remotely. I traced it to a hidden account. It belonged to an old rival, Dean Holt, who Sophia had worked with years ago. Holt had been fired long before I took over. Now he wanted payback. I set up a trap. I let the hack go through, then locked him out. The police arrested him. My story spread online. Videos titled Dr. Smart Revenge got millions of views. I wrote a short book about protecting IP in healthcare. It sold well. The hospital won awards for its new safety systems. I stayed humble. Sophia's trial revealed more. She had covered up small frauds over the years. I testified clearly. The judge ruled against her. She was ordered to pay back money. I felt some justice for my uncle. The hospital moved forward clean. I named a new training room after my uncle. The board approved it. I donated part of my book earnings to health programs. My uncle's old notes inspired a new feature in Vital Guard. The last board member connected to Sophia left quietly. The hospital ran like clockwork. I led with calm strength. Sophia faded from the picture. I reconnected with my uncle's old friends. They shared stories. One friend had a son, Theo, who loved tech. I mentored him. Theo helped test new system updates. Vital Guard got a major update. It became faster and safer. Other hospitals asked to use it. I shared the code with strict rules. The last legal case ended. I won. The hospital gave me a special award. I accepted it quietly. I spoke at conferences. Hospitals learned from my experience. I stayed focused on safety and fairness. My uncle's legacy lived on. I funded scholarships for young engineers. The hospital grew stronger. Staff trusted the systems again. Old rumors about me disappeared. People saw the real story. Hard work and smart planning. The hospital thrived. A final hacker tried to attack. I stopped it easily. The attacker was a friend of Holt. Police handled it. I and the new board worked as a team. We planned for the future. The hospital became a model for others. I received a national award for innovation. I dedicated it to my uncle. The board stood and clapped. I taught workshops on system protection. Many learned from my experience. The story inspired others. Vital Guard prepared for new laws. I led the updates. The hospital stayed ahead. I look back with pride. I had fought fair and won. The board respected me fully. Global Med Hospital continued to grow. I led with quiet confidence. Justice was served, and the systems were stronger than ever.